that Buddha is relatively new, so he might be warming up still to some things. I think that might have just been an issue with the controls, so we'll go ahead and double check that. Remember, always check your controls first. And yeah, in fact, it was controls. So he plays on default from the looks of it.
Shout out to Sice being very supportive.
Yeah, you know, we're homies around here. We want to make sure that people are learning, so it's not about that. All right, now, the proper fist bump. That one was just for show.
Now,
we're getting into Sice using the Garnet this time, Blitz, versus Buddha the Wanderer with the Finn.
Now, I'm very curious. Definitely, Garnet's a very much more grounded base character, especially with her moves, and you're just gonna be seeing a lot more super armor just trying to get abused by their defend, of course.
Yeah, one of the things you want to use is Garnet often. Not as much on trophies, that's because it's a big stage, but that down attack to control a bunch of stage for Finn, who is constantly charging with the run-up attack. That stops Finn in his place. He's forced to dodge cancel after that. That allows you to find those up attacks like that from a Garnet, which I think that's what Sice was kind of looking for there.
Definitely also the Garnet's going to have a lot better with escape options, especially off stage, especially if she used her star. There it is right there. You're going to see it. And almost gets the command grab, but could not get the, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And something that's happening here with Buddha, too, is that Buddha's kind of just using the fact that the frame data and the destroy on Finn are just going to beat out when you're trying to start up with multiple attacks. And Finn kind of eats armor to Blitz, so it's pretty easy to kind of deal with what Garnet's looking for.
Of course, a counter for a counter, of course. You can see also just disjoint, just pulling out play.
My trump card is your card. You thought you activated my trap card? No. Oh, wait, hold on. That's what you would want.
Yeah.
That being a trap card right there, don't go anywhere near that. That's how you lose your life. You also get the electric debuff attached to you whenever you're messing around with Garnet. One of the few characters that utilizes electric debuff like a lot.
I'm seeing a lot of this. Just getting hit just a lot. I'm sorry. I'm out of the loop of commentary.
No, you're fine. You're fine. The downer coming through, of course. One of the main things, of course, anybody goes back to watch is you're a player, and you coming in onto comms, you're learning. And that's another thing we like to do here, too. So we're all learning together. And right now, Buddha's trying to learn a way to get back in, which he's been mostly going for a lot of grounded approaches, mostly like a lot of roll-ups and using grounded attacks just to kind of beat out Sice's approach, which has worked a bit, but it hasn't really found the knockout yet. And Garnet is a little bit heavy, so it can be kind of difficult.
I'm actually very surprised Sice is playing the Garnet.
I can tell you exactly why. It is purely because he wants the YouTube, the VOD. So he is Shaggy main through, but he actually, funny enough, he actually really does want to try Garnet. It's just that Garnet right now suffering a little bit from some of the nerfs, and you can use a little bit more love, but the character does take advantage of people who overextend a lot using the armor. That's one of the things that is usually really good.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing too much side beef or the Nikita missiles essentially from Garnet. It's easy to zone a thief.
Yeah, those gauntlets will like snag you off stage too. Like when you're not paying attention, it's like bonk, and just come off, get the hit. And also you have to respect whenever they have the perk up that allows you to teleport towards it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or puts the star up.
He's definitely trying to abuse more super armor, but just gets hit by the
down attack coming through, getting a hit, and rolling right through the star. So now you have to wait for that to come off cooldown. That is a long cooldown as well. So you gotta work towards it. Oh, okay, up special.
The good old backpack coming through and gets it stuffed out by Sice. Jab attack.
Look how Sice is like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. We're last second, just like you can control the speed of the gauntlets to go quicker or slow and throw people off. But Buddha actually doing pretty solid. Not going to get caught by the up special from Garnet.
Oh my God, gets the second stock. Okay, match point for Sice. We're doing a very clean start for this game one, of course.
Now Sice going in, just getting, just putting damage on, like, kind of passively, and going a little bit less for some of those jabs to get that final hit for armor, because he's realizing that the first initial start is getting beat out by Finn's grounded options, so you don't really want to try to challenge that too much.
Absolutely. You're seeing Sice. He's getting a little more stuffed out, of course. I think Buddha's trying to definitely adapt to the situation with Sice pulling out, and you're seeing a lot more dodges, like going in. He's definitely doing a hot and cold instance.
Exactly. Like, that's kind of what you have to do against, like, both of these characters. Because Finn, it relies heavily on you getting a little bit too reckless, too, and he'll just beat you out with his superior frame data. But also just, when you start to jump in on Finn too much, stuff like this happens. He's getting a bunch of straight damage, actually getting it very close to getting towards knockout percents. Garnet is not going to lose his life very quick, but you can find a knockout pretty soon with one of those up specials if you catch a Sice slipping.
I'm actually very surprised that the Wanderer is not. Oh, well, there it is actually, and not abusing too much of downs.
The down attack.
And then what's the kick move for what also does armor breaking?
Yep, the neutral air, which I agree, but that down attack is going to find it right there. That gets 2 on the board for Buddha. Buddha just rolling all over the place. Normally between match, like, you know, stocks, some people like to do a lot of movement stuff. One of the things I do think you should never do is just constantly dodge everywhere, because that takes away your dodge meter for the follow-up stock,
yes.
unless you know you're going to beat them in neutral. But now that the 2 stacks of music, that gives her a speed buff, that's going to allow her to contest Finn a lot more.
That gets a speed buff? Oh, I did not know. I thought it was a power buff or something.
No, we learned together. See, you don't see much of Garnet, so it's hard to figure that out sometimes. But that's going to be a dare off the top, and Buddha, you can see Buddha already putting the fist bump out, thinking it was done. No. You get best of 3. Best of 3 until winners, losers, grants.
Yes, and when you're out once, you can still play. If you're out again, then oh well. Definitely a good game one.
That is, oh well. Good GG. Goodbye.
A good game by Sice. Garnet definitely has work has been pulling off. I could definitely tell. Definitely, you see all the just the punches and just the ground attacks and being able to confirms and all the damage he's been doing. So. Good job to Sice, of course. Yeah,
I definitely agree. I think the thing is, like, you can see, like, Sice has some unfamiliarity with the character, but, like, I think most of it is just, like, well, I don't know how to slow down Finn's aggressive approach, so I'm just going to start going more for, like, space aerials. But now here on Treehouse, it's more likely that Buddha is going to be right on top of him most of the time, so that's going to allow him to find a lot more anti-airs.
Definitely, it's going to be a lot more neutral base, and especially with the smaller space. I think what I'm also not seeing by Buddha is also not seeing any teleports or the gem, of course.
Yeah, I think it's all been normal-based attacks, which luckily for Buddha and all the other Finns in the building today, because I think there's like 3 or 4, they all have quite the person to look towards for VODs and learn from in Chavo, who unfortunately, like I said, can't be here today, but has the current title pretty much of being the best Finn, but also that's not something that Chavo cares that much about. Like, he prefers to be the best in the world versus the best Finn. Just had to give a little update to the rules over there. We stream, we TO, and we play.
And we have some fun, of course.
And we commentate. Everything's getting done, and that Gauntlet's going to get that done too.
Very nice. Oh, my apologies. Very good. Nice side B. Just be able to heat treat Buddha. Definitely doing a lot better, or doing a better job. Buddha definitely just try to get more kill within there.
Oh, that could be it. Oh, DI cross up. Oh, so Sice recognized where he was. That's very similar to other multi-hit moves in platforms we've seen in the past, like Rob's up air. You have to watch what side you're on to not DI towards the blast zone. See, if you hold in, you're going straight up.
I'm surprised he's also not just throwing out more backpacks, because again, it's a multi-hit move. Even with armor, you could potentially trade, but most likely you can also just go hit up the top.
I think right about now is fine, but you got to make sure that you don't use it too much, because as you hit with the backpack, you lose your coins.
Of course.
And the more coins you have, the greater your knockback.
And then attack delay, of course.
And attack decay, yep. Yeah, so you got to be careful how often you use it. But Sice trying to take the dodge over onto the left side, not going to find the mark. Meanwhile, Buddha just kind of going around, throwing out jabs, trying to find him on landing, trying to find a poke anywhere he can.
Gonna
get to the wall?
Nope,
okay. Don't jump too early. You got to be careful with that start right there. That's what Sice is looking for. You can find that spike and goes for the up variant that time.
I'm also not. You get to see Sice's play style. He's definitely playing a lot more vertical and going jump, and then attacking on the ground, jumping up and attacking on the ground. Definitely doesn't. You don't want to go head to head against Finn, of course, because his disjoints are just way too oppressive, especially maybe for Garnet. Doing it very good for the second stock. Now,
finds the anti-air too. Constantly keeping that buff up to blitz. Like, that's a very important key for Garnet. Nice. That dare finally finds the mark. Still behind a whole stock though, or whole life. So it's got a bit to work, but it is fit. Yeah, I was gonna say it is fit on Treehouse. So if you got that dare off the side of the stage, that actually could steal one pretty quick. We've seen that quite a few times.
With the blast zone being so low, like.
And that move just being so strong. Like, you just double up on it. If somebody gets super linear with the recovery, especially like Garnet, who does have a lot.
Are we going to talk about that sword?
Look, we let it rock. Garnet needs it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Garnet needs everything right now. Oh, try to find the dodge out. That's something Buddha has been going for often. He's been dodging out. So Sice trying to chase that with the recovery.
I think Buddha's definitely playing a little smarter, but he's out. He has no coins to spend or anything else.
I'm surprised that didn't hit. Like, that was all resources gone, and he dodged right in front of it, but was not in the time. Backing off, going for the up attack again. He's been constantly going for that there.
Close match. Oh, it gets hit. And hit him with the Nikita.
And the gauntlets are going to come through at the end and catch Buddha slipping. But still, awesome job for Buddha. Getting the first W. Not getting the first W, but playing the first match here on stream. The first time coming out to this too, and that's awesome because he's gonna keep learning, he's gonna keep playing. Like, I know he was saying that he's probably gonna get washed earlier. It's like, no, take every take the
every
advantage.
L is closer to getting a W.
It's an opportunity to learn. So speaking of, it's my turn.
Okay.
So
do not worry, I do know how to work the stuff.
So I'm gonna get it pre-set up right now, just so we can be ready to go. I'm gonna